Hey guys, I was just working on a new video that I was thinking about doing for a while, and since I haven't posted in about a month or so, I thought while I'm making that next video, I'd just take a quick, well, probably not that quick, tour of my game room at my mom's house. So this won't have things like the Atari or the Genesis, other stuff like that. This might not be in the best quality because I don't have a microphone hooked up to this. The lighting might not be very good. Actually, it's kind of hot in here. I usually keep that window over there open. The only reason it's not is because it gets really loud with the cars right there if you're not if you're not playing a game or watching a movie or whatever. So when you first walk into the room, you'll actually see that. But right over here on the right, hold on, let that focus. You have all this Philly stuff. It's my mom's. I really love. Oh, god damn it, Daisy. I really love this. I don't. Who gave her this ball? Yankee hater. I just love that so much because I'm not really into sports that much. I just really like that. But yeah, clothes and stuff. That's what that closet is right there. So yeah, let's get started. I guess we could start over here. I actually just came in here and cleaned this up for this video just a couple minutes ago because it was really dirty. There were controllers everywhere. It was dusty. Some stuff right here. We got the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas poster, which is this the one is this the one that has the map on the back? Hold on. I'm gonna peel that back. It is. Okay, hold on. If I just hold on. I have to switch. But yeah, there's a map of San Andreas right there. It's got all that stuff. You could just go like online, do this, or even in the game, but it doesn't have all this. I know it's upside down, but that's just because I like to keep it on the game side like that. So yeah, I think that's a cool poster. I like to have posters in the game room. Other posters are Better Call Saul. I got a lot of these other than the Grand Theft Auto posters. I got a lot of these FYE, which is a for your entertainment. It sells a lot of cool stuff like videos. I call it the ultimate nerd store, really. So this is one. I actually have two of these, and one of them's at my dad's. The periodic table of the Force, which just has, of course, people like Luke Skywalker, but then you also have obscure ones that not like so many people know, like Newt Gunray, for example. Not many people probably know about him. Oh, and then over here, I do want to change where this is over here, but I have the Scarface poster, one of my favorite movies. So that covers the posters. Just the seating area right here. This is still, we're working on this because this is not permanent. I mean, a lot of the games we play, I play with my brother. I'd have cousins over. I'd have friends. I'd have my uncle or something. So, it's often 4 players, and then we're even switching. So, let's get started on the consoles and stuff. This right here is my list of different consoles, and they're hooked up to switchers so I can play more than one at a time. Actually, this is a bit outdated because I don't think N64 is hooked up to that anymore, or PS2. It was something, I don't remember which one it is. What is that? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, this setup has changed before. So yeah, it takes up two switchers. Thing is, if I get another console hooked up to this, I will have to get a third switcher, which is kind of annoying. Got the TV, PS3. One thing that kind of annoys me about the PS3 is that it does have the USB ports on the front, which is nice. Forgot to dust off the PS3. God damn it. We'll get to this. But this cabinet is kind of annoying. It doesn't stay shut because it does have a magnet, but it doesn't stay. This one doesn't really stay shut that well. But it doesn't have, like I was saying, it has the USB ports on the front, but then it doesn't have them on the back, so you have to have something like I have the PlayStation Move sensor right there. But the problem is you have to go back like that. It doesn't, you know, like if you're going to have something for like Bluetooth as well, it'd be nice not to have it sticking out of the front. But then we have the cable box, of course, the Wii motion sensor, like I said, PlayStation Move, different remotes, cable stuff. This is what This is what all of the game consoles go into, which are down there in the cabinets. That's what all those go to, which is also a DVD recorder, so I can record game footage. But the problem is with my computer, I can't extract the footage from them yet. So I can record it and I can watch it on this, but I cannot put it on the computer. And then there's the VHS, which something in there, Daffy Duck stuff. And then there's nothing in the recorder right now. Okay, so I guess before we start opening up the cabinets, we can look at this. There's the NES. I don't know if you can see that because the light. Hold on. If I take this out, when I took apart my old NES, I figured like I had to get a new one. So I figured this one's actually green and gold for Legend of Zelda, and on the top, it's actually where, you know, I'll unplug it for this. Hold on. Where's the power cable? There it is. I figured it was the power cable. It was pretty sure. Okay. Is there anything in there? No. But it's Legend of Zelda. I bought this on eBay. Not much more expensive than a regular just NES, but really cool. I think that's, you know, it's that like scratchy material. Really cool. Really cool. Need to remember to plug that back in afterwards. There's the Super Nintendo. Right now there's a Super Castlevania 4 in there. Great console. N64, again, sorry about the lighting, but it's under the shelf right here. Yeah, another fun console. The Wii, my favorite, between these two right here. You may notice that I put them in order of which they came out, the NES, SNES, N64, and Wii. I use that as a GameCube as well, instead of having to hook up a GameCube, because it plays GameCube games and you just plug in a controller. Over here, it's kind of a bit of a mess in here. I sounded like Porky Pig. Yeah, so you have all the SNES games, kind of annoying with the light. You know what, since we're down here, I'm just going to turn up the light a bit. Okay, you can see it a bit better. Yeah, you can see it a bit better now. It just looked a little yellow when I was walking in the room, so I didn't want it to do that. So these are all of my SNES games except for Castlevania, which is in there. They literally fill it up, although actually, you know what, that's not true. I have all of these, Castlevania, and then Earthbound in the actual case right there, in the actual box. But it's not the original Earthbound, supposedly. It says it's some modified, but there's no difference, really. So yeah, some really good games here. That piece of paper is for, that's Super Caesar's Palace, which is, that's just the password for that, in case I want to use that. I have that on the table, too. Oh, God. You know, I bought these from, online, of course, N64 games. I really hate that they don't have end labels. Like, they do for this, but then they don't for that. It's really annoying. In fact, they actually make end labels for things like this, even for the Atari Jaguar. So whoever I got these from wrote, like, with marker on the end, so that's kind of annoying. But things like Pilot Wings or Super Mario 64 are really fun games. These actually are all in alphabetical order. I'm pretty sure, yeah, everything here is except for that stuff, which we'll get to in a second. But all of this, even the N64 games, which you can't see the labels, are in alphabetical order. Oh, and then there's Super Mario 64, which is already in there. I don't think there's anything in the Wii right now. There might be. But yeah, there's the original PlayStation. It's the PlayStation Slim, of course. I only have one game for that. It's Grand Theft Auto 2. Actually, I do have, I think, a game or two at my dad's house for that, because somebody gave them to us. Just a bunch of DVDs here. not really much to say. There's one VHS tape. I do have more VHS tapes than just that, as you saw. But I do have some just around the house, you know. There's all my PS3 game. There are all my PS3 games. There's a couple at my... I don't think that's all of them. I'm pretty sure that's all of them. Except for, I think I have two copies of Sports Champions, which is the the main PlayStation Move game. Okay, and then there's the Globe bookend. I really love those. Now, this one, oh, wow, what a time. This one doesn't stay shut, and this one, it's kind of annoying to shut. You see that little bump right there? It's because, oh, well, it didn't happen that time. But when you're closing this, usually it'll like bump into that, which can shove the games further forward. Okay, over here are some more stuff. PS2, really fun console right there. Yeah, the PlayStation Slim. Funny story about that is when I bought that, I bought just one PlayStation for like $60 or something. And they sent me two of them. Two PlayStations for the price of one, which is awesome. So I gave one to my uncle along with a game, because it was Star Wars Battlefront, the original one, because that's one of my favorite games of all time. For several reasons. There's nostalgia, and the fact that it's just a really fun game. I mean, it's had a sequel and a remake. So those are my PlayStation 2 games. I actually do have some more at my dad's from somebody who gave them to me, but they're not really much to talk about. Like actually, there was a Kingdom Hearts, which I'd like to try out. I've heard a lot about that. Usually, actually, it'd go from being on a Nintendo console to switching over to a Sony console, like Final Fantasy did. But that's a rare case where Kingdom Hearts was on Sony, PlayStation, and then went over to Nintendo. So it's kind of a weird case like that. Up there are my Wii and GameCube games. Those are not all of them. I have a lot of Wii games at my dad's house. I have some in my brother's room, because we have the Wii U in there. That's where that is. Some DVD stuff, just those, you know, DVRs and stuff. More DVD-Rs. A book just to hold it up. That's what I use as bookends, just whatever I can, like DVDs, or because I only have like a couple of bookends. All of my NES games, that's my biggest. Actually, I do have one. I keep it at my desk. It's just the regular Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt cart. So I have a couple of those. So this is probably my biggest collection of games, other than maybe, I think there's about 50 or so, 56. I don't know. Because I bought this as a lot, and then of course I've added some, like Battletoads. Did not come with that, for example. Let's see what else. Of course, some of these I just bought, just like, you know, things like Super Mario 3. Actually, the first, I think it was 4 games I got were Super Mario Duck Hunt, Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, and then, not The Legend of Zelda, Punch Out. Mike Tyson's Punch Out, a lot of fun. So yeah, those are all my NES games. Might forget. Okay, so we can move on over to the controllers. Pretty standard. I like to sort them by console. There's all my GameCube controllers. There's a nunchuck back there, some Wii remotes. I have more in my brother's room. There's an N64 controller, but the thing is, I think this one's, yeah, this is the one. The problem with these joysticks, I mean, there's a lot of problems with this controller, but the joysticks get really wobbly and just loose after a while. That's one of them. And then, let's see, PS4 controller, which is not in here. My PS4 is not in here. We have the PS2 controllers, regular PlayStation 3 controllers, PlayStation Move, NES. Actually, I have 2 of them because we have 2 PlayStations. There's one at my dad's and one here. There's the N64. Hold on, I want to put those up like that. There we go. The N64 controllers. There's 2 SNES controllers. One's under the other. There's the mouse for Mario Paint. The 2 first games I got with my Super Nintendo. I didn't get them with my Super Nintendo, but I got them as my first two games for the Super Nintendo were, Mario Paint and SimCity. Well, SimCity is just one of my favorite, on SNES that is just one of my favorite games of all time, as an additional to being on SNES. Same thing with Mario Paint. Just such creative games. These are just random accessories, you know. You got the Atari paddle controllers, because I actually do have an Atari over here, but I'm taking it apart for well, I might put that in a video later. I don't know if I will or not. I'm trying to make like a smaller version of the Atari. So as I was saying, just some random accessories. NES Advantage, the Super Scope back there, Zapper, just that random stuff. Let's see. I think that's it for video games, except for over there, just some random wires and hookups, because you get all those and you just don't know what to do with them. So over here, a lot of books, 3 shelves, Magic Tree House, I have more books than this, they're not all in here, excuse me. Let's see, got a bunch of different yearbooks and textbooks on top of them. The Diary of a Wimpy Kid, just some random stuff, a lot of video game, some Lego stuff, you know. Some of these are really fun. Obsessed with Star Wars, we used to use that all the time, which is like a quiz book. What you do is you press a button. Here, you know what, I'll show you. I sounded like Inspector Gadget on the Super Mario Bros. DVD, which I actually had too. So it's called Obsessed with Star Wars. 2,500 questions. Okay, so question, you press the try me button, and it's question 1446. So, problem is, okay. So, right here you have 1446. How many legs do dewbacks have? 6, I think. So you, okay. What is it? Correct answer is C, so you have 4. Okay, I'm guessing that's a dewback. Because the thing is, this is not just like any regular kind of Star Wars quiz book. You have to like know every single thing. Now, you do occasionally get like an easy one. This is for Thomas right here. Hold on. Long neck. If you don't know who Long Neck is, good. So yeah, that's a really fun book. There's a lot of cool books in here. I tell you to check out. You know. These are some of the books I read this year, like Missing Reels, Copper Sun. Let's see. This book right here, Grand Theft Auto 5. I actually got this at Five Below. And this is a thick book. This is like an actual player's guide, and it's cost me $5, which is awesome. There's some really just cool artwork in here. Now, of course, it gives you like a map, but it can also tell you cheat codes. It tells you everything about like every single thing in the game, basically. It's really cool. If you see this, pick it up. I've actually seen some other stuff by Brady Games. Really cool. Yeah, there's the Five Below sticker. It's paperback. I'm gonna have to just push that. And this is a tall book. You gotta fit it just right. Okay. So yeah. So just a bunch of other. Sorry about that interruption. So yeah, all that stuff. Cool bookend right there. There's the other globe one, by the way, if you didn't see that. The Visual Dictionary of Lego Star Wars. That's another cool one. It's sort of like this book right here, which is a Lego thing. It tells you all about like different Lego things that exist, like not just the current one. In fact, that came out like probably 5 years ago now. But yeah, a lot of books I read as like a little kid right here. I carved my initials for some reason. I thought I was like hot shit or something. Avatar: The Promise, comic book. Here's some other Avatar stuff like. Oh, that's also The Promise right there. Let's see. That, you know why I probably have both is because you know, when you put something on your Christmas list and then your family members will say, oh, here's what, you know, whoever wants for Christmas, and they'll say, oh, okay, I'll get them the book, and then 2 different people get you the same thing, so you end up with 2 different copies, and it's just like, ugh, thanks. But yeah, that's probably how that happened. So anyway, yeah, a lot of cool books. I can't really talk about them all in one video. Okay, so now we're at the last part, I would say, of the room. The Legos. That's a lot of Legos. Not even close to how many I own. Like, seriously, I own a lot of Legos. Like, a lot of Legos. Here's the Slave 1. I can just go through everything pretty quickly. There's the Slave 1 Boba Fett ship. You can actually see him in there. There's Han Solo up in there, but you know, this one's one of those like actual, like you can turn it on. It's kind of noisy though. They'll turn that on. You can do different things if you mess with the switches and stuff. You know, you can get the things. You can make this thing's automatic. The door in the back. This thing comes up. The wheels on the bottom. You know. There's R2-D2. I have his little buzzsaw stuck up because I like him. Turn the head and everything. And you can make this thing go up, but I like the, I'm sorry, the camera's over there. I guess my fence is just really interesting. But I can make this thing retract up, but I don't feel like it. I'm missing the stand for that one, for the R2-D2. This thing's something I got. It's like cardboard, sort of. But I got it Disney World in Japan, in Epcot. So I got that's the Himeji Castle. Well, actually, usually when you see it in pictures from this angle, like up like that. It's really cool though. The Lego Ferris wheel. Hold on, I'm just gonna make sure it's not gonna hit anything. Okay, yeah. Well, before this thing was added in, you can actually make this into a motor, but before this was added in, you could just spin it and go for a really long time. Really cool set. The TIE Fighter, that's awesome. Got the stand, got the guy right there. Okay. The Lego, I always just call them Lego Town. I own every single Lego Town except for the very first one, which is the Flower Market. And that's in total probably like 10 Lego sets. So that's a lot. There's only 2 right there. I have one in my room, which I'm still building for my birthday because I've been kind of busy. I also have the Ghostbusters Firehouse in there, which is not done. There's the Louvre. This one's actually one that my brother built. It's a Lego Minecraft. There's this thing. I actually remember the original one, and I was like, oh, I really want that. And then my mom was like, okay, we'll go get that one time. And they had just discontinued it, and I was so sad because I really like Legos. And at the time, I might have said this before, but my favorite Star Wars movie, because it was the first one I saw, and I was also like 7, and I hadn't seen it since I was like 2 or 3 or something, was The Phantom Menace. It's almost one of those things I want to deny, just wish it never happened. But it did. I really just can't deny it. But this is a really cool set, despite the fact that the movie was not very good. I remember always wanting this, and I finally got it when they remade the set. And the minifigures now, it's just so insane how insanely good they are. I mean, of course, to be classic, you know, on these sets, they all have the just regular smiley face. But they went from just a couple of years ago having these like really basic faces to all these insane, like these different hair like cuts and everything, and the faces and everything. So you have all the droids coming out of there. I'm not gonna pull the whole thing out. I have them standing on the side. I don't know why. The gun things. I just think this is a really cool set. The back also opens up. You hold on, if you take that off, you got that thing right there. You got the PK droids inside. These things pop open. Okay. The Trevi Fountain in Italy. That's cool. Lincoln Memorial, Flatiron Building. The White House with Indiana Jones passed out in front of it on his motorcycle. There's the Ewok fort up here. Really cool set. I like this one a lot. Yeah. So obviously this is really crowded. I'd like to get like another table to put these on. Sydney Opera House right there. Mos Eisley Cantina with what are those called? Wampas? That's not right. Oh well. There's the land speeder, which is actually a part of that. I remember it used to be its own set. There's the Ghostbusters. There's the Ghostbusters car with all the Ghostbusters. The Simpsons house right there. I don't have the Quickie Mart, but yeah. Again, with these new minifigures, they just have so much stuff. One thing I actually, despite the fact I really love Legos, I'm just gonna end the episode soon, but I have to say something about these. It used to be it was all just a couple years ago. It'd be all like there was a lot of city stuff. There were those pirates. There were the castles and kingdoms or whatever. I don't know what they are now. But now, like, it's fine if you want to have franchises like the Lego Star Wars. I think that's a great idea. But now they're just all franchises, so it just kind of loses the classic. You know, if you're going to make the franchises, at least keep the old ones, still make them too, you know? So yeah, of course these aren't all of my Legos, as I said. There are a lot of my dad's, like that's where most of the town ones are. So yeah, that's this room. This is probably something like half an hour now. So yeah, there's all that. So if you have any questions about any of this stuff or anything like that, just feel free to ask. Yeah, thank you. I mean, Fox is probably going to find a way to take this video down, so I'm not going to ask for any likes or anything like that. But yeah, so I will have some more videos coming soon. I want to do some more Flash game recordings, and I have another video planned, which is another top 10. That's all I'm going to say about it for now. So yeah, thank you for watching.